Nuclear Blaze is a new 2D puzzle platformer from one of the creators of Dead Cells. So you take on the role of a fireman, and there's a sprawling blaze at an abandoned warehouse, and you have to put it out. This one was a surprise to me. It came out of nowhere, and it is a whole lot of fun. Well, at the start of the game, you're in a chopper overlooking the disaster that's taken place, and the gravity of what's happened isn't immediately clear. It's only when you venture deep into the first level you find the nuclear warning. So you exit the chopper. In the first few minutes, you're learning the core mechanics of spraying water on the fires to put them out. And at first, your movement is restricted to simply left and right with a fire hose, although quickly new skills like the dodge roll and pointing the hose in different directions opens up to you. It's a good thing too, because this fire is raging hard, so in each room you go into where walls are falling down, there's a backdraft behind closed doors, and there's danger around every turn. So Nuclear Blaze was created by Sebastian Bernard, a member of the Motion Twin team behind the massive indie hit Dead Cells. So you can immediately tell when you start playing Nuclear Blaze, and the controls are tight, the pixel art is gorgeous, and you can feel the experience in solid gameplay. So you play as one of the firemen, but you venture off alone into a busted old warehouse to investigate the fire a little bit further. So at the start, your colleagues are battling the fire outside, but you venture into the building to investigate on your own. One of the core mechanics in Nuclear Blaze is the fire hose itself and the water refill mechanic. So you only have a certain amount of water, and every now and again you'll see refill stations which you have to stand near to refill your water. And it means you have to be careful about how much water you use to quash the fires, otherwise you're going to run out quickly and the fire is going to overpower you and kill you pretty quickly. It's a game where you're going to die a lot, but it's also one of the main teaching mechanics in the game, much like Celeste or of course Dead Cells 2. Nuclear Blaze is actually a series of puzzles, so when you enter a room, the area will be in the dark and you've got to find your way through by finding keys or other items that open up rooms, or navigate flame-lit corridors and make your way through to the other side. So objectives are mixed in there, and make sure you don't feel too comfortable. For example, you've got a timer countdown, we have to turn off a few reactors in a room before you can exit. And generally you can't open a door until you extinguish all the fire, so make sure you're putting out the fire as you go. So you're constantly on the comms with Control, and they're giving you all the info about the fire, and you're relaying back to them your findings. It's a neat way to tell the story and helps build up the tension, especially when you start to find the nuclear signs, and as you go deeper into the levels, comms gets harder and the radio signals can't get through, but there's more world building here too with notes left behind, and it gives you a really good sense of the characters who were here in the facility before the fire broke out. So there's no complicated items or RPG mechanics in Nuclear Blaze. The game is fairly simple in terms of objectives, but it's far from simple in terms of gameplay. So it may have been created by one of the Dead Cells team, but that's really where the similarities end. You know, your job is a simple one: tackle the blaze, put out the fire, and solve the puzzles as quickly as you can, all the while trying not to die. Well, the art in Nuclear Blaze is great. You know, I'm a big fan of the pixel art style and the environments that help build the sense of tension. The audio is simple and straightforward, although the music should be called out as being absolutely excellent. You know, the music drives you forward, providing a nice little beat, and it works really well alongside putting out that fire. Well, the fire effects are really interesting too, so when you think you've put the fire out and then all of a sudden it starts burning away again, so it's a really decent realistic depiction of what a burning building would be. You know, there's red, there's orange, and there's a yellow haze on the screen when things start to heat up, all adding up to that sense of danger. There's moments in the game where the roof caves in, and it really makes you sit up straight in your chair and pay close attention. So Nuclear Blaze is a simple game in scope, but it's a game that's executed really, really well. You know, it knows exactly what it wants to be and gets straight to the point within minutes. You can definitely see its origins as a game jam game in the gameplay. It's direct and gets you into the action immediately. You know, I enjoyed the game for what it is. You know, it's not something that I'm going to spend 100 hours on, but not all games have to be like that. You know, I like the fact there's no items, upgrade paths or skill trees, just a fireman trying to put out a dangerous fire. I'd recommend giving Nuclear Blaze a shot. It's really good fun. Puzzles can be tricky at times, and this one definitely isn't a walk in the park. And thank you to the PR team for providing a review copy of the game for this review. Well, the game was developed by Deep Night Games and also published by Deep Night Games as well. It's available for PC via Steam and was released on the 18th of October 2021. Well, that is it for my review of Nuclear Blaze. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.